Yeah, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, according to your time. This is the Benin Empire Advancement League, the home of all Benins. No matter the language you speak, no matter the color you have, and no matter where you came from, and no matter where you reside in the whole world, the Benin Empire Advancement League will always welcome all the Benin's citizens, home and abroad. There has been a lot of discussion recent time in the Benin Empire. Some of our social media brothers who doesn't know where they really belongs or what to do to occupy themselves in Europe, or who doesn't know how to work hard for their money, we always come out on social media for this information about the Benin Empire. Why the Benin Empire? Why the Benis? Why the Edos in particular? I can tell you this. Many people are too envious of the Benin people, of the Edo people in particular. The Edo people also has this problem of supremacy somehow due to some misinterpretation of rules and regulation that guide the Benin's. Today, I would like to talk about so many of them. Of recent, one of our own son, if he wants, I call it our son. If he doesn't want, let it be that way. He has the choice. Coming out to say something about the Edos, about kola nut breaking, about saying they are not the children of Oba of Benin, and so many on, that the Esan should nominate their own king, indirect, and also saying the Esan should create their own state. Yes, everybody is free to be on his own. Our forefathers who come together to form this empire, to form, let me say, the village or the street, Ogbelaka, or the Epaidu. Before Epaidu, there was also other people who were also living together. But they feel together they were strong. Together they can achieve so many things. That's why they came together and decided to form a nation. After Ipaidu, we still have other periods. The Odion where the Odion were selected, the eldest people, other particular area were selected to govern over the area. After that, we still have the Okiso period. We stay together because we know we belong together. Because we know without ourselves we are lost. That is why our forefathers, they came together and said, okay, let us form an institution that will make us great, not to be lost souls. Our forefathers, they were very, very intelligent people. They know exactly what they were doing. Although they have also some mistakes. But in all, I can say 99% of all they were doing it correctly. And they were not doing it alone for themselves. They were doing it for us. Our great grandchildren. They were doing it for us to make sure we have a peaceful life, to make sure we have a better life than they. They work hard for this. Making peace, preventing other people taking over their lands and others. They were very, very successful. And now, when we come out to challenge the work of our forefather, it's an act of stupidity, to say the fact. Because those who are alive can correct a mistake, if any mistake is done at all. Our forefathers who already joined their ancestors, they cannot be able to correct any mistake being made. It is a parable. Ovioba eimachin, ovioba eimayachin. It's not just a parable, but it's a good meaning. It's a sign of protection. Because the name Omonoba is a protection for all Beninese, no matter the language they speak, no matter where they reside. Once you say Ovioba Mekin, people will know you are now protected, because nobody will dare touch you. That's one of the main reasons people call themselves Ovioba Eimakin. Not just because Oba gave birth to us or gave birth to any other of the tribes. In one way or the other, we are the children of the Omonoba. People doesn't really understand the meaning because they have a small brain, not thinking further of what they are just thinking about now. The Beninese, let me put it that way, they are those the endless respect of breaking kola nut or allowing them to break kola nut before other tribes. Not because of supremacy. It's because of extraordinary sacrifice these people who speak Edo brought to make sure they protect their brothers and sisters, no matter the language they speak, no matter their culture, and no matter where they came from in the empire. I can tell you this, even if an Igbo man who has a forefather as Benin or as Idu, we also explain this to you. In the olden days, it's not just about just living the way we are living now. It's not just wasn't like that. There was a difference. There was a big difference. If anything happened, let me say somewhere like Onitsha, the Edo people, we organize the army, which is made up of 90% of the Edos, that will go and free their people, fight for their people and free their people. Likewise, in Eastern land or anywhere, the army wasn't only made up of the Edo people. There were other people like the Esan, who were also very, very good. The Robo, Isoko, Ika, and so many others who were included in this army. They fought side by side to make sure they protect this empire. As they allowed the Edos to start breaking this kola, they didn't think of supremacy. They think of full respect for these people because of the sacrifice they brought to safeguard their people. But when somebody will be coming out today and say, oh, why should the Benima, Edoma break kola nut before the other tribes? It's not also a must. I'm also from a traditional house. Normally, the Beninese or the Edos, let me put it that way, when a visitor came to visit you at home, you present to them the kola nut. If any Edo person who is from that village or from that place, your house is their house, they don't break the kola nut. They allow the person who came to visit to break the kola nut. Because we, the Beninese, we believe a fresh prayer from the person who came to visit you is a blessing to every Edo person. And if in the case, like in the marriage or in the party, yes, those people who are real traditionalists, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Igbo or Ijaw or whatsoever, they all also recognize this culture. Not just because of supremacy, because the Edos also did things that will protect all these people from slavery. For example, like so many of our Igbo brothers who were subdued to slavery, they always come to the Benin for protection, which our forefathers, they gave to them also. Like the Yorubas, like the war that was fought when Ife or any Yoruba land is attacked from a foreign power, they always calls on the Edos for protection. The Edos will send their military force to defend those people. That is why the Benin were always allowed to break this collar, because of the protection for their people, because of the sacrifice they brought to protect all those people. And doing that, the Edo people lost a lot of people, a lot of their able men to war, a lot of bloodshed to protect their people. It's not only those who are Beninese, those who are not also Beninese. Let me say, for example, the Ida War. When the king or the emperor of Benin, that period, refused to send his military to protect some of their brothers who were being attacked. But one of our own mother said something. These are also your children. If you refuse to do, I will do it. And she did it. She organized the military from Benin, from Edo, Gongon, organized the military from Benin to that area to free our people. Those people who went with him to that war, they didn't think these are Esan people, these are Esako, these are Ika people, or these are Aniocha people, or something like that. There was no thinking. They went there, they sacrificed, they make a huge sacrifice to make sure they free all those people. And most of our historians who think they know about the history of the Beninese, I would tell you people, what you know is 0.5% of the Benin history. Because there's a lot you people doesn't know. That is why this organization, we are looking for fresh historians who also know the other side of the Benin Empire, who will be coming on about, teach the history, narrate the history of the Beninese, teach our languages, not just Edo language, Ika language, Etako language, and so on, to our people. Our forefathers, they did this before. When the television came to our state, broadcasting from Benin, they did speak Edo alone. They speak Isako, they speak Afiema, they speak so many other languages to our people, for our people to know. If there was a supremacy problem, I don't believe those languages will be taught, or there will be a broadcast in all those languages, or all those languages that we have today, still happening today as we are talking. For some of our single-minded people to be coming out and say, hey, why do Edo alone break kola nut? It's not just ordinary kola nut. It's a sign of respect, a sign of loyalty. Our forefather who has this agreement, who made this agreement, they know exactly what they were doing. And they know exactly why they did it. If you want to change this today, do it. And this is the main problem of the black people, of the black man. Where the white people, the Chinese, the Indian, they are thinking of colonizing the space, going out of Earth to colonize the moon, to build a colony in the moon, to build a colony in the Mars and other planets. We are thinking of kola nut, breaking kola nut. Don't we have enough poor people in our land to take care of? We have other problems to solve. If you want your own state, is this the way you should go after your own state? Or if you said you don't want to mingle with the Edos, this is not also the way to go after it. For example, in Benin City, Urokbotahol, it's only few Edo people knows that this is an Esa name. Or Atoni Enahoro, the status is there. The Edo people could have named their those statues or the Urokbota Hall after a Edo person, but they didn't do that. They did it because also for the extraordinary sacrifice these people made. But people with small brain will not talk about that. They will not, their mindset, their selfish mindset will not allow them to recognize this. I think this is the time we stop this stupid debate about kola nuts and saying Edo Odion or Edo is not Odion. I don't think it improves the life of anybody in this planet. The way of our forefather is the way we should also take. Our forefathers, they built a wall around Benin to protect all the Beninese. People who lost their homes, who lost their kingdom, came to Benin for refuge. And the Benin will go there and restore peace. Our forefathers, the fought war, they were also very, very peaceful people. And they were also good in compromise. To make sure to have a resolution, to have something that will guide them. They were very, very good in that. But we nowadays who has English education, we don't really understand what we are doing and what we are doing against ourselves. Because we think now I'm a governor or I'm the permanent secretary, I don't need to respect my tradition. Or I'm a senator, I'm in the House of Assembly, I'm a pastor, I'm a reverend, and all that. I don't want to respect our tradition. The Europeans, they know exactly what their tradition is. When they are talking today, when a white man is working today, he is not just working for himself alone or working for his ethnic person alone. He is working for his entire race. Most of this invention we are using today, although most of them are also made by black people, but most of them are from the white people, hard-working people, who don't come out to insult other people because they have access to internet. Before the internet was even free for the general public, the US military have been using internet for more than 40 years. But people will not understand this. They have been using it to feel it is for the betterment of the human race, for all of us to be using it. But people are now using this against each other. If you say you are not the children of Oba of Benin, okay, Oba didn't give birth to you, you don't have the DNA of the Oba. But, mind you, your forefather who said we are the children of the Omonoba, they know exactly why they said this. They didn't say this because they want us to love the Oba of Benin. It's because of the extraordinary sacrifice the Omonoba of Benin brought to protect their people, to represent their people, to take care of the welfare of these people, economically, politically, and so on. When Oba Akenzo was fighting for the Midwestern state, for example, for the modern days, for the modern people who should understand this, he went from kingdoms to kingdom, from each and every kingdom of the Benin Empire, some of them, personally, to talk to the people, to motivate the people, to vote for the Midwest state. And some of these people who are now complaining, they were also part of them who were sabotaging this action that very period. We know this. I don't want to mention it. But we know what happened in so many of the conferences people were, where some of our people were against the Midwest state. But then Oba of Benin, Arkansas, did take this as an offense. But he made sure some of the Benin that was left should come together to form a state, which was Midwestern state. But many of you now, the modern people, the freedom you have now, they didn't have it that period. They didn't have it. They fought for it. That you, who is talking rubbish now, you who is posting nonsense in the social media, doing a lot of abusive things in the social media, so that you have this freedom. As I said before, the white people, they think other ways. Not that the black man doesn't think far enough. We think even more further. We have the knowledge. Because of the attitude of some of our people, that's why we are not progressing in that form. Be your brother's keeper and not your brother's destroyer. If you said he doesn't want to belong to the Benin, go. You cannot talk for your people. Likewise me, I cannot talk for the Edo people. It is left for the Edo people to decide for themselves where they belong. And it's also left for the Ka people, for the Isan people, for the Urobo people, for the Isoko, for the Akba people, for the Eko people to decide where they belong. You coming online to make rubbish, to abuse our king, abuse the Edo people, doesn't really improve anything. If you have a psychological problem, go and take care of yourself. We believe in this organization. We are one family, and we will remain one family forever and forever. No matter the state you are living, no matter the country you are living, no matter the continent you are living. In each and every continent in the whole world, you find the black people who want to associate themselves with the black people in Africa. Some of them were sold as slaves from our people themselves. And some of them were taken forcefully from us. We are trying to unite everybody together, and people are now coming up with Amesan, Amedu, Amurobo, and this and that. Let us think further, far. Something that will bring improvement to our lives, to the life of our children, children's children. Let us start thinking positively about ourselves and our people. If you are in a government office, start thinking positively. What do we do that will improve the life of the people that you are governing? Not doing things that will destroy and separate the people more. There are so many things, even those who said, okay, it's not Edo. Yes, but they belong to the Edoid group. And not all Isan migrated during the time of Idu. Some migrated later. Likewise, the Ika, Kwale, and so on. I can tell you the history of my village. Our village was not existing during the time of Idu. But we know when our village started. Likewise, some of the Esan people, the Edo people, and the Ika people, Isoko, Urobo people know exactly where they came from, where their life started from. And to just break it down, the less we start speculating and say, oh, not everything about Benin or the Edo Empire is mad, you know. I noticed this right from time. I work with some of you for a very long time, sometimes six months, 1 year, and I know exactly how your brain think. We have to start thinking beyond all this. We have to start thinking of creating a perfect language for the Beninese, that we start representing the Beninese. That the Beninese will have a one language. If the Yorubas can do that, if the Igbo can do that, why can't the Beninese do that? That doesn't mean you have to give up your own language. The Swahili people are speaking in East Africa today is not their main language, but they speak Swahili so that they belong together. Because they know they are together and they will always belong together. That's why they come up with this idea. Because they believe bringing people together is one of the main things human being can achieve peace in life. So let me play this music again and we continue. Just a few minutes, please. Please bear with me.
Together.
Yes, there's a reason why I'm playing this music. You know? I'm not playing this music to provoke anybody. I'm just trying to explain what is going on. Why we should move beyond this kola nut breaking, move beyond this Isan of Yoba, to move beyond we originated from Idu, to move beyond all that, because we are better than that. We can do better than that. The Beninese, they are very, very intelligent people. That is the fact. I've had this discussion with so many people who think, oh, the other tribe is more intelligent, the other tribe is more intelligent. No. Okay, let me say, for example, in Jamaica, in Haiti, in Dominican Republic, most of these people, most of the black people there, they are 75% from the south of Nigeria, who speak so different languages. When they were brought to that area, they separated all of them. Those who were speaking Edo were put to one side, speaking Ika, speaking Igbo, speaking different languages were put to one side. If you are an Edo person, they will give you an Igbo person as a neighbor. If you are an Ika person, they will give you a Esan person as a neighbor, so that these people, they couldn't communicate with themselves. Especially like somewhere in Jamaica, now they have their own language we did not speak, Patois. And this Patois contains English, contains some of our dialects. Likewise in Haiti, in Dominican Republic, in Brazil, their language was also forbidden in schools, not to taught their language in school. But they moved beyond that, forming other languages. But they know fully where they came from. I met so many of them, we discuss. So many of them would like to come back to Africa, come back to Nigeria, come back to Edo State, come back to south of Nigeria. Come back to western part of Nigeria. Even some of them also name their place after our own country. So many places. I saw Abeokuta, a place named Abeokuta. I saw places named after Edo. When I asked these people why they named these places after these people or after the state, said yes, it doesn't mean I came from this place, but I feel I belong to that place. I feel my forefather came from that place. I can't find reason we at home who should create a space for these people start talking about you speak Edo, you speak Isan, I'm Ovioba, you are not Ovioba, I'm Oviedo, I'm more superior than you, I'm this and that. This issue of superiority should end so that everybody will have peace, so that everybody will have peace of mind. All our traditional rulers who submit themselves to the Omonoba of Benin, they are not stupid. They know exactly why they do that. Because they know the Omonoba Nedu, who are Polopolo, is the crown of all crown. Those who want to associate with us, they are welcome. If you doesn't want to associate yourself with us, goodbye. Don't come up and start committing nuisance in the social media talking about rubbish. I can remember when our Omonoba of today, Omonoba Nedo Uhu Apolopolo, Omonoba Iridiawadi, Omonoba Ewari II, when he visited Eastern Land, it's like heaven and earth come together. The Eastern people, they come out in mass to welcome our dear Reverend Oba Ewari II. Baboneri were there, so many Asologun, and so many Eastern that's have tradition that you have not seen before. All of them were there to welcome the Omonoba Nedu, Ukua Polopolo Oba Ewari II. When he went to Calabar for a coronation visit, thank you visit, the Ugbabonemi went with Omonoba Nedu Ukua Polopolo Oba Ewari II with him to Calabar. Not because of supremacy, because of the blood ties, because of the harmony that is between us. And many people will not understand this, what harmony is, when they don't have harmony in their home. It's time to move forward from all these things. So I thank everyone today that is with me. And I thank everyone that will listen later after sharing this video. I want everyone to know there's nobody in this world that can disrupt the relation between Edo and Esa, the relation between Edo and Urobo, Eka, and all the Benis worldwide. When a Benima see a Benima, he will know that he's a Beniman, and will give him the full respect. Runda we Oviedo Eyovi. People doesn't understand the meaning of that word. Because a Benin son and Benin daughters, they don't go to slavery. It is because of the protection of the Oba of Benin, Omonoba Nedu. Even other tribes who were not Benis, as I said before, they came to Benin, to Edo, to beg for protection. That's why you see so many of these tribes, they have a tribal mark. The Edos, they have their own. The Yoruba, they have their own. Those who are closer to the Benin Empire. The Igbos likewise. Because the Igbos and the Yorubas, they were being sold heavily as a slave by their neighbors. Like I don't want to mention them, let me leave that, otherwise it will cause another trouble. So there was that time, these people, they couldn't protect themselves. They came to Edo land to beg for help from the Oba of Benin. And they went there with the Edo army. That's why the Edo have this respect. Not because of supremacy, not because of imposing ourselves on anybody. That is not the meaning of that. If you listen to this message, I hope you didn't pick up the wrong side. I hope you pick up the positive side of this message to make sure you get this message to other people, to other tribes, so that they know what is going on, so that they know how to address themselves. The Edo mustn't break the kola nut, but as a sign of respect, as a sign of respect for the sacrifice they brought, that's why they are allowed to break the kola. If a visitor comes to visit a Edo person in his house, or in the street, or in the village, the visitor is allowed to break the kola. Is allowed to pray for the community, to pray for everybody that is there, because we believe a fresh prayer is a fresh blessing to everybody in that community. And in marriage and all those ceremonies, yes, it happens. And it should continue that way. There's no need to change it. You are not losing anything because you allowed an adult person to break the kola nut. It's not an act of injustice or an act of supremacy. No, it's not like that. It's a sign of respect, a sign of loyalty, a sign of honor for the sacrifice they brought to protect their African brothers from slavery, from bloodshed, and yeah, there are so many things. So I would like to leave it for now, and I will share this video as many as I can, and you should also do the same. Share it to every Edo person, share it to every Isan person, share it to every Urobo, to all Edoites. Share it to the whole world so that they listen to this, that supremacy has no space in our society, and it has no space in anything we are doing. Insulting other ethnic group doesn't have a space in our today's society, because we all are blacks and we belong together. We are one way or the other related to each other. We are one way or the other related to each other, whether you are in Sudan, whether you are in Egypt, whether you are wherever you are, in Ivory Coast or in Ghana, or we are one way or the other related to each other. It's only that so many of our history is lost, that is not put into right in the early history. That's why there's a space for argument of all these things. And I plead with everyone, with every reasonable person, to stop all this nonsense. Teach the history the way it is. Say it the way it is, without bending it, without trying to write it into your own favor, as most of the ethnic Africans are doing. It is our time. The time of our fathers who joined their ancestors is past. We should learn from their mistake if they make any mistake. Let us build upon what they did. Let us take their footstep to improve the lives of black people. The cradle of civilization is not a joke. It is there. When the white people came to the Benin Empire, they know what they saw. It was not just the power of the Edo people. It was the power of all the Benin's whether Isan, Urubu, and so on. They were united. That is why they were able to achieve all this. If we start now with this unity, I can assure you, sooner or later you will get lost. So it's time for unity. It's time to do more for our people, not destroying our people. So thank you, and let us also invent so that we can go up to Moon, to Mars, to other planets, to other galaxies, as the white people are doing. Not just complaining about coal not breaking, or complaining we are not all monobar children. That's what the Deutsch got unter meine Güte. That is unter mein. That's I don't know how to put it in English. There's something under my bed. You know? So I say thank you for listening, and thank you for sharing this message. Thank you for your comment, positive or negative, and be a part of this organization to move the Benin forward, to upgrade the Benin from the standard we are now, to move the Benin forward. No matter where you are, those of children that were sold out to slavery or taken forcefully, we should also have a space for them to come back home to resettle down in the Benin Empire, because we own them this, and we also own our children, our great-great-grandchildren. We also owe them this, to create a peaceful environment for them, not creating a hazardous environment for our people. So thank you, and I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.